Joe Oaks here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods. We're coming to you here today, showing you our newest addition to our inventory. We have here on our lift today a black 1969 Camaro here. So we're going to go ahead, just like we always do, show you the underside of the car, and then we'll get it down off the lift and then take you around the outside there for a walk around video. So of course, underneath the back end of the car, first thing we see, fuel tank here. As you can see, that fuel tank is in really good shape. Now it's been sprayed black, but again, there's no dents, no dings here in the tank itself. All of your hardware, your mounting straps, the bolts that hold everything up, all of that stuff is just like new and good condition there. We've got multi-leaf rear suspension here, drum brakes on the rear. Now this is a date correct 12 volt GM rear end, 410 posi gear in this unit here. You've got shocks about here at the either side. Those look to be fairly new as well. Dual exhaust, you can see those come out here. They exit out with the tailpipes here between the quarter panel and the leaf springs, just like they should. They've got themselves some nice extensions back here on the tailpipes. Just to finish off the look back there. As we work our way a little further forward, it is dual exhaust the whole way up through, and we've got these dual accelerator mufflers up here a little further up. So what we'll do now is let's move on up here to the center of the car. We'll take a little closer look at the floors, which by the way are in excellent shape, and the frame rails, some of the brake lines and fuel lines. Stuff like that, subframe. Take a look at that stuff and show you how well that's under here. Okay, now we're underneath the center of our car here. As we take a look underneath here, you can really see how the floors themselves are in excellent shape. You can see the correct stamped steel pans here. There's no patching, no shoddy looking work whatsoever. These floors look really good in this car. Again, you've got the drain plugs back here that you can see very well. Exhaust work tucked up in super tight in there. Again, just enough room for your drive shaft to get back through there for your clearance. So no issues there. As far as the subframe goes on either side, subframe is in excellent shape. A lot of times you'll see these, they might be banged up a little bit. Not this one. This one, those subframe rails are perfectly straight. No dents, no dings on those. As far as the body mounts, your bushings and everything, those are in excellent shape. They look to be just about brand new on this car. The washers, the bolts, everything, they look really good underneath here. Again, that complete dual exhaust right up here, complete to the long tube headers, and these look to be the ceramic coated headers. Got the transmission mount back here, cross member. It looks good. The mount itself looks to be a new urethane mount back here for the tail shaft of the transmission. Once again, speaking of transmission, this is date correct, 1969 year, and this is the Muncie M22 Rock Crusher transmission. 4-speed manual transmission there. Again, those rock crushers, a lot of guys, you either like or love them. They do have that very distinct sound to them because of the straight cut gears in there, which that's why they call them the rock crusher. They're virtually indestructible there. So good transmission, and you also have a date correct 69 small block Chevy motor here also that's all connected to. Again, just like I said, everything underneath these, the center of this car, the floors, you even got the cables and everything for the emergency brakes run the whole way back with all the correct hardware, your J-hooks in the frame, all of that. So that's pretty much it for under the center. Let's move up to the front now, take a look at some of those front end components, and then we can get this off the lift for you. And finally, under the front end here of our 69 Camaro. Start out at the ends here and just kind of work my way across. So first off, we've got on this car the whole way around all four corners, 15-inch steel factory rally wheels, complete with beauty rings and center caps. We'll see that again once we get it down. You've got disc brakes up front, and again, this car is a power brake car, power steering car as well. Front suspension components, all factory stock stamped steel components. So items like your lower control arms, your upper A-arms, Those are all factory stock suspension components. You've got front sway bar up here as well. The sway bar end links, the bushings up here where it mounts to the frame. All of that stuff is in good condition. Ball joints, tie rod ends, again, all that stuff in good condition. The little dust boots, also dust covers on all of your ball joints, those are in good condition as well. Now, other things that I can see while I'm standing underneath the car here, and again, we'll see this stuff too once we get it down, but we got an all aluminum radiator up there. That looks to be in excellent shape. And we also have the front chin strap or the front air dam there as well on the front of our 69 Camaro. So with that said, that's basically it again underneath the car. We'll go ahead now at this time, lower it down for you, and then we'll take our walk around the outside, show you a little of the interior of the trunk and under the hood on this 69 Camaro. All right, now we have our 69 Camaro Z28 down here on the floor. We can do our walk around video now and kind of point out some of the things that we see here as we go around. Obviously, it's black exterior, very popular among a lot of guys here, the black. It's got the Cortez silver stripes here too, up over the hood and down over the rear deck lid on the car. You also see it's got the steel 2-inch cowl induction hood, and it does have up here, it's got the 302 emblems up here on the cowl. We also have down here on the front fenders, you've got the Z28 emblems. We've got the wheel lip moldings, both front and back on the rear. We'll see those when we get there. And then we have 15-inch rally wheels, front and rear. Both, they're complete with the beauty rings, trim caps or center caps. And these are radial, BF Goodrich radial TA tires. Sizes on them are 215/60 R15s, both front and rear as well. So everything's all pretty uniform front to back on the car. Obviously, you've got the Camaro script emblems back here on the rear side of the fender here. We've got just the driver's side mirror on this car. A lot of guys elect and go with the both sides there, but just the one on this car. So driver's side only. Drip rail moldings, both sides of the car too. And those are in really good shape. A lot of times you'll see them, you know, maybe dinged up a little bit, but not on this one. This one's, they're all very straight and nicely polished up here. So real nice drip rail moldings. Even the molding around the windshield here and the rest of your brightwork, the trim along the bottom, you even have the gills back there on that rear quarter panel. Those are all in really good condition on this car. Door gaps themselves, door gaps are pretty good, pretty uniform front to back. Elevations are good also, so door fitment, really nice on the car. What we'll do is open up the door now and take a look at some of the interior, see what we can see here. Now on the inside of your door here, weather stripping looks to be in fairly good shape. Just a little wee bit of a nick here up top. But again, I think a lot of the stuff on this car is probably original to the car. So you got the factory door panels, all black. The factory bucket seats up front here with the headrests. Got the rosewood steering wheel. Factory dash, that's black. It's got a little bit of the wood grain trim to it. The factory 4-speed center console as well, with a little bit of wood grain there also. You have factory instrumentation. So what you have in there is a 120 mile an hour speedo, and you have the TAC in dash on this car. Also on your center console, you have the gauge pod on there, and you have the factory battery gauge, the temperature gauge, fuel gauge, and your oil pressure gauge. Now this car does have one extra gauge in it. It's the water temperature gauge, and I would just assume that they put that in because the factory one probably did stop working at one point or time. So, but they wanted to retain those original gauges in there so it didn't disturb the look of the car. Hearse shifter with the white ball on top, so real nice there. And we have front seat belts in this car as well. Digital AM, FM cassette player also. So that's really all on the inside. We'll go ahead and close that. Door shuts real nice there. And then on our way back, again, I've already mentioned the gill accents back here on the rear quarter panel. Already done the tire sizes, wheel lip moldings also. And again, the bright work around the rear glass also, very good condition as well. So we'll go ahead and now come to the back of the car. All right, now that we're around the back side of our Camaro Z28 here, again, you can take a look at a few things here like trunk fitment. You can see the gaps around the trunk, all pretty good here the whole way around. You got the rear trunk spoiler, and again, I've already mentioned those Cortez silver stripes that come down the deck lid and over the spoiler. The taillight bezels themselves, they look really nice. The plastic lenses also, very nice condition. They're not cracked, you don't see any chips or anything like those. So that's all probably new stuff back here. Beautifully chromed rear bumper there, and if you take a look down just a little bit below that, you'll see those chrome tailpipe extensions sticking out the bottom there. So not only did they run the tailpipes all the way out to the quarter panels, they put a little turn on them and put those exhaust extensions on them back there. You see the Z28 emblem back here also, just like it should have been. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and open our trunk up, just take a quick look inside. So there you have it, the underside of your trunk lid painted black just like the exterior of the car. The trunk seal and leather stripping here all looks to be new, and I don't think you're going to have any issues with sealing out from the elements or anything there with this car. The trunk, they've elected to have the pan all sprayed black in there, very nicely done. They got the drain plugs already in the trunk. So again, water isn't going to be an issue inside this trunk. There's no patching either, no holes, nothing like that. So good solid trunk, got the drain plugs in, weather stripping is in excellent condition. Trunk fits real nice and tight, so very, very good back here on the car. So we'll go ahead and shut the trunk. Nice thud there, you see it is closed. So now we'll go ahead and come around the passenger side. Here we are now, passenger side of the car. Again, everything's going to be the same as what we just went over, so I'll just real quickly point out those same things on our way up to the front. Again, starting here at the quarter panels, you got the wheel lip moldings here on the rear. You've got those rally wheels, 15-inch, the BF Goodrich radial TA tires, 215/60 R15s, again, all four corners. The gill accents back here on the quarter panels also in very good shape. That trim along the bottom, the bright work, in very good shape too. Nice and straight on that car. Again, the drip rail moldings in good condition also. Even the little corner pieces that hold the two sections together, those are in good shape. We'll open this side up, take a look inside here. Weather stripping on this side looks to be really good condition as well. Even your door jamb U-seals are in good shape. Door panels, those are in pretty good shape too. Again, as I said before on the other side, it looks to be that some of this stuff could be original to the car. So door panels, you know, just a little bit of normal wear and tear on them, but again, still in good shape. All the screws that anchor it, they're all present and in there too. So again, the seat covers, no cracks, no tears in them. The factory dash up top, no cracks or tears in it either. Carpeting is in very nice shape. Even your door sill plates here along the bottom are in good shape as well. Back seats as well, those covers are nice too. So, and the headliner, it's tied up nice and tight too. So what we'll do now, shut the door. Again, it shuts nice little thud there. Your door gaps over here on the passenger side, you can take a look at those. Very uniform front to back. And elevations are very good too on this door. So again, door fitment, all panel fitment on this car, really nice. As we move forward, you got the fender top mounted antenna here, and that does extend. You just pull up on it. Again, the Camaro script emblem here on the back side of the front fender. Again, wheel lip moldings on the front, Z28 emblems here on the front of the front fender. So that's really it up this side now. So what we'll do is come around to the front end, take a final look at it, open up the hood, and see what's underneath the hood here for a power plant. And now finally up at the front end of our Z28 Camaro. Again, just finishing off here, this is an X77 code car, so it is a Z28. Again, the front fascia on this car, you see it's got that gray or that silver grille. That's what you would see a lot of your Z28s have. Again, the Z28 emblem down here in the grille itself. Again, a very nicely chromed front bumper. And again, you have that front air dam below also to complete the look up front. Now, I've already mentioned it's got the steel 2-inch cowl induction hood with the 302 emblems on it. Again, all steel. And the fitment, you can see the gaps the whole way around here. The fitment on the hood, really good. So at this time, we'll go ahead and raise that hood. Show you what's underneath here for a power plant. Now your hood latch is right in here in between some of your grill pieces. So we'll go ahead and get that up. And underneath, you see you've got your factory insulation in here. Again, that's not real bad. It looks to be held up very well there with the factory attachment pieces there, the plastic little push-in inserts that they put on those to hold that up. Now this engine, this is not, I don't believe a numbers matching motor, but it is a date correct 1969 DZ302 block. Now again, for all the Z28 enthusiasts out there, it does not have the correct intake on it, nor does it have the correct heads. The motor has been rebuilt, but again, it is the correct, date correct DZ302 block. You see things on this car. You've got the chrome air filter, the chrome valve covers, and you see it's got those twist valve cover hold downs on it there. They do make things a little easy access since they are up high there for you. Now this car does have an Edelbrock Performer RPM aluminum intake, a Holley single feed 4-barrel carburetor with electric choke. This is a power brake car, power steering car. Again, we've already mentioned it's got all the stock, front end suspension components, ceramic coated headers, long tube headers on this car, mechanical fuel pump, chrome alternator and alternator bracket. It does have a Champion name brand aluminum radiator along with the fan shroud here on top here, and it's got the chrome fender braces underneath. Heater lines are hooked up on the car as well. Everything underneath the hood, like I said, just as I explained, to the best of our knowledge, probably not a numbers match block, but it is a date correct DZ302 block on this car. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and get the hood closed up, and then we can go ahead and start it up and give you a little sample of what it sounds like then. If you have any questions, any comments about this car, you can definitely feel free to give us a phone call and or email us. We'll be glad to help you out and answer any questions that you have.